Hey guys, I'm here today to share something with you that I think could be really helpful. This is something that I made up when I was a kid into my teens, and it's called the rules of comedy. All of my sisters know this because I've shared this with them and repeated them over the years. So these are the rules that I personally made up for comedy when I was a kid and teenager. Now, I'm not saying I'm a professional comedian. I'm not saying that I even strive to be comedic in my daily life, although I do love making people laugh if I get the chance. So this is more just from me observing other people telling jokes and funny stories and kind of the things I noticed over the years that really aided in their delivery. So let's jump right in and I'll share with you my personal rules for comedy. Okay, rule number 1, do not laugh at your own jokes. This is something that I think is so important. It's so important to be able to deliver your joke seriously without being like, oh, I got this hilarious joke, and you're just laughing. Like, just keep yourself serious as you deliver and let your audience do the laughing. Now, I want to do a little disclaimer on this one, like maybe an asterisk. So if you're physically, you cannot stop laughing because the joke is so funny. You know, those people, they're trying to get the words out, but they keep laughing. I think that actually adds to your joke. So that is the exception to the rule. But in general, try to keep yourself serious and let your audience be the ones laughing. Okay, rule number 2. I hope this doesn't offend anyone because I feel like it could, but this is the one that I've seen people break the most. And that is, do not tell a joke in which you are the punchline. So if you're trying to, there's a way to maneuver around this, really skilled comedians I've seen, but if you're telling a story where you're like, oh, guess, look at this funny thing that I did, it kind of just takes away from the story, honestly. So I would say in general, you want to avoid this one if possible. It's funny to tell a joke when something funny happened to you, but if you're like, look how hilarious I am, and you're trying to relive it. My sister Lauren actually calls me out because I definitely break this one sometimes. It's you gotta just let it happen and then that be the funny moment, but retelling it, you kind of want to avoid that, in my opinion. Hope I didn't offend anyone with that one because I think it's a commonly broken one, but that's rule number 2. Okay, I got the third and final rule, which is rule number 3. Last rule. Do not tell someone else's joke unless you can tell it better than them. So if someone's telling a story, you think it's so hilarious and you want to retell it. First of all, and I'm actually thinking of my sister Amy for this one. Shout out to Amy. Make sure that you have all the details in order before you tell the joke. I probably have made this mistake many times too because I'm an extrovert and extroverts tend to think before we talk. So wait, did I say that right? Think before we talk? No, I said that wrong. Extroverts tend to talk before we think. That was a great example of it. So if you hear a joke and you think it's hilarious or a story, something funny, make sure that you got that delivery down if you're going to be repeating someone else's joke. Otherwise, you just got to leave it in their territory. You guys, come on. That's their joke. Just, polish it up. Use your best judgment. You got it. That is the final rule in this 3-rule series of comedy. Those are my rules for comedy. Like I said, those are just my rules. So use them, don't use them, add your own. Let me know what your rules of comedy are. Honestly, I feel like everyone's different, but those are more just, my point in sharing this was that I wanted to give you guys some tools in case you're telling a joke or sharing a funny story that you can kind of, pull out of your back pocket should you ever need it. And I hope you enjoyed. And also let me know if you guys have noticed any of these or if you have any other rules that you would personally add to the list, because I've shared this with my sisters and I think they pretty much agree, but I don't really know what you guys think. So let me know and yeah, tell some jokes. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say.